Welcome to our video showcasing the enchanting charm of Charleston. As an integral component of our brief sojourn in this historical city, we embarked on a quest to explore a quintessential southern plantation. During our research, we discerningly selected the renowned Magnolia Plantation, driven by a myriad of compelling factors. Foremost among these is the profound and enlightening From Slave to Freedom Tour, an immersive experience that sheds light on the complex historical journey of this plantation. Moreover, the Magnolia Plantation beckoned us with its diverse range of captivating attractions. From a house tour that provides a glimpse into the opulent past of this magnificent estate, an interesting wildlife boat tour that gracefully navigates the meandering currents of the Ashley River, and an informative nature tram tour showcasing native plants and animals of the Lowcountry. Join us as we unravel the captivating tapestry of Magnolia Plantation, where history, nature, and culture converge to create an extraordinary experience.
So we're at the Magnolia Plantation and Gardens, and admission's $29 to get in. That gets you free admission, and if you book at the same time the Freedom to Slavery, the cabins, you can do that free of charge with that admission. So we booked that, and we also booked the Nature Train Tour and the Magnolia House Tour. So we'll see how that goes.
Our journey begins amidst the breathtaking beauty of the Magnolia Plantation's gardens. This historic site boasts one of the oldest gardens in America, with roots tracing back to the 17th century. As you wander through the paths lined with vibrant flowers, towering oak trees, and delicate Spanish moss, you'll feel transported to a different era where nature reigns supreme.
Very quickly. So that's why I didn't want to go too fast to miss anything that may be right here along the water line. But I'm going to scoot up to make sure everybody's able to see it, so don't you worry. And as we come up on this beautiful American alligator on the stock or ramp, again off over here to the left or on the driver's side, I want you to notice the bumps and ridges along their back. The bumps and ridges are known as osteoderms or scoots, and those act as solar panels to the alligator. They are ectothermic, and that means they cannot regulate their own body temperature and have to rely on the sun. So the state tree up close over here on the left or on this driver's side, this is South Carolina state tree, the palmetto. You can see why it is often mistaken for a palm tree. They were able to recover about 20 to 30 boards of that bridge, and they used it when they rebuilt it 2 years ago. So while it's not authentic to the original 1840, it was rebuilt in that original design. Using those pieces, they were able to recover.
Now, let's step into the past and explore the grandeur of the plantation house. This majestic antebellum mansion offers a glimpse into the lives of the wealthy plantation owners who once resided here. The architecture is truly impressive, with its stately columns and elegant design. Inside, you'll find a meticulously preserved interior, filled with period furniture, artwork, and historical artifacts. While the house tour was intriguing, it was somewhat disappointing to learn that the current house was the third restoration, as the previous two had succumbed to fire. Regrettably, the house did not exude the grandeur commonly associated with a plantation residence. Our impression of the tour was that it delved excessively into intricate details about the family and specific items within the house.
Over there. So there's the Peacock Cafe where they have a lunch.
After our train and house tour, we decided to have lunch. Magnolia Plantation offers snacks and lunch at the Peacock Cafe. This is aptly named as the peacocks were walking freely amongst the lunch table. The sandwiches were fresh and tasty, and they offered these with locally made Lowcountry chips. Be sure to make a stop at the Wildlife Center, a haven for rescued animals that serve as ambassadors for their species and raise awareness about their crucial role in our ecosystem. Here you'll encounter an array of fascinating creatures, from domesticated ducks and chickens to a delightful donkey, miniature horses, goats, and even pigs. It's an incredible opportunity to get up close and personal with these lovable animals and appreciate the diversity of life.
It's a big boy. And I'm not sure what that peacock is thinking. I hope he doesn't jump in.
As for the wildlife preserve, it was a delightful experience for us as we possess a genuine fondness for animals. However, it is essential to note that this preserve should not be mistaken for a traditional zoo, as it primarily functions as a small animal exhibit and sanctuary. As we delve deeper into the history of Magnolia Plantation, we must confront a painful chapter of the past, the era of slavery. The plantation includes original slave cabins, which serve as a stark reminder of the hardships endured by enslaved people. It's important to acknowledge and reflect upon this dark history, as it shaped the plantation's narrative and the broader American story.
Building. People lived in these cabins up until 1990. That's 1990. Now, after 1865, the people have a choice. They are free. They can stay or they can go. Some chose to stay. For those who chose to stay, there are now paid employees, paid to work in the gardens. And after 1865, only one family per building. All right. Chattel slavery, or chattel, C-H-A-T-T-E-L. That means that not only are you enslaved, but your children and your children's children will be enslaved, so on and so forth. No type of slavery is good. Chattel slavery is by far the worst. And that's the type of slavery that we practice here in the U.S. So in 1679, the Draytons found themselves right here on this 2,000 acres of swamp. And when the Draytons found themselves right here on this 2,000 acres of swamp, they had to stop preparing the swamp to grow something. But it's the enslaved people doing the work. See, they're the ones cutting down the cypress trees in the cypress swamp, and they got it done. Then the Draytons started to experiment on what to grow here. First thing the Draytons tried to grow here, of course, sugar cane, failed. Olives, failed. Citrus fruit, failed. Trying to produce silk, all that stuff failed. And what worked was raising cattle. In fact, the first cowboys in this nation were enslaved people.
Undoubtedly, the Freedom to Slavery tour stood out as a must-visit. It remains the only tour that delves deeply into the historical context of the enslaved individuals who worked on the plantation. However, we felt that the allotted time in this video is insufficient to fully showcase the historical significance. To address this, we plan to create a dedicated video focused on this particular tour, catering to those interested in delving further into this aspect of Magnolia Plantation's history. Shifting our focus from the past to the present, Magnolia Plantation offers more than just history. It's a haven for nature enthusiasts. The property encompasses vast wetlands, swamps, and marshes, teeming with diverse wildlife. bird watchers will be delighted by the variety of species that call this place home. And if you're lucky, you might spot an alligator lazily sunning itself by the water's edge. So here are our thoughts on the plantation. Magnolia Plantation is regarded by some as a higher price plantation. Although being our first plantation visit, we were not initially aware of the cost. This perception seems to stem from the feedback of other visitors. As for the train or tram ride offered at Magnolia Plantation, it proved to be a highly educational experience, providing valuable insights into the plantation's natural environment. Although we did not personally partake in the Audubon Swamp Tour, we have heard that it holds great appeal for individuals with a keen interest in birds and plant life. So if you have an affinity for historical trails and enjoy learning about the past, Magnolia Plantation is a splendid destination to explore. It is worth considering the time of year you plan to visit, as this may influence the abundance of flowers you encounter. It is important to manage your expectations regarding meticulously groomed gardens, as the natural landscapes at Magnolia Plantation possess a more untamed and wild charm. After our Magnolia Plantation, we headed back to the hotel to get ready for dinner at Poogan's Porch. We decided to eat at Poogan's Porch, which is a renowned restaurant housed in a charming Victorian-style home. It offers a dining experience with a blend of southern hospitality and classic low-country cuisine. The restaurant's name comes from the resident ghost, a friendly pup named Poogan who used to greet visitors on the porch. We made reservations far in advance and it was busy when we arrived. We had requested patio seating and we were seated on the lower deck of the 3 decks. We started with the included biscuits, then ordered the pimento cheese fritters with bacon jam. We really enjoyed the flavors in the fritters.
It was good. It was moist, a little sweet. I needed a little bit of butter just to cut the sweetness.
I chose the famous bone-in fried chicken with collard greens and hopping john. I wasn't sure what that was, but it's basically rice with black-eyed peas and ham, which was very flavorful. I found the chicken a little plain, and since this was my first experience with collard greens, I can't say that I really enjoyed them. Andrew chose the shrimp and grits, and he said they were really good. Our only real issue came from the server. There was a bit of an incident when some liquid came from the top floor, landing all over one of the other guests at the table beside us. He complained, as there was no way of knowing in the dark what it was, and it was all over his plate and in his drink. It took 2 times of complaining to the waitress, who laughed about it and didn't offer any apology to him. She later blamed the busboy for tipping the water up above and sent him to clean it up. He was very polite the entire time and was so apologetic. Our waitress also made a mistake on our bill 2 separate times and still couldn't get it correct at the end, and we really just wanted to leave at that point. I'm sure this may have been an off night for her, but with all the other restaurants in Charleston to still try, I can't say that we think we'll be back to this one. So thanks for watching, and toot to you later.